Welcome to your yoga class today. I'm Kim, coming to you from the gorgeous La Romana in the Dominican Republic. As always, please have some water close by to stay hydrated throughout your day. So have you had days before where you've just felt out of balance, where you just didn't feel like things were going quite right? I've had those days too. So yoga can really help us to come back into our center, to get some more clarity, more peace of mind. So let's begin in mountain pose this morning. Standing with your feet under your hips, your feet are parallel, and perhaps rocking to the balls of your feet and back to your heels several times. Shift your weight from your right foot to left foot, and just begin to find where your right and left foot feel balanced equally. Standing a little bit taller, turn your palms forward, and feel free to close your eyes here for a few breaths or a soft gaze. And become aware of your breathing. Feel as you breathe in, your lungs expand, your ribs expand, the front of your ribs, the back of your ribs, the sides of your ribs. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Mindful awareness as you breathe. As you breathe out, let your shoulders drop. Feeling the temperature of the room, feeling the temperature on your skin, and taking in any sounds around you. But rather than those sounds drawing you out, let those sounds take you deeper inside. Soften your jaw. Soften the corners of your eyes and the corners of your mouth. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart space. And check in with your heart. Ask it what it could use today. And perhaps set an intention or a prayer for your practice. Take 3 more breaths as you arrive. And release your arms by your sides. So every day it's important that we move our spine in 6 directions. Those 6 directions are a lateral stretch for our sides, right and left, a twist, right and left, some type of forward fold, and some type of back bend. Today's practice will incorporate all 6 directions so that we feel really nice and balanced by the end of our practice today. So let's begin with lateral stretch. Simply starting with your palms on your thighs, on your legs, and stretching to your right side. Doesn't matter how far you stretch, just opening up our rib cage. Now you can stay with your hands on your thighs, or I have a second option for you, reaching your arm out to the side and out to the side, maybe even a little bit higher if that's available for your shoulder. Again, it's not important how far, how deep, or how fast. Make it yours. Just a few more of these lateral stretches. So when we get space between every rib, then when we breathe, our lungs have more space to expand. That's important. It's important because it helps us to stay healthy, and it helps to have more clarity. One more each side of these lateral stretches. And now bringing your arms up into a T. You can stay right there, already feeling a little back bend, or feel free to goal post your arms, drawing your shoulder blades a little bit closer, pushing your hips forward any amount. Back bends are energizing, so you might already begin to feel your heart rate increasing a bit. And because they're energizing, we think of the vitality, increasing our vitality, a good, positive, radiant energy. Take 3 more breaths here in this little back bend. All right, bounce out your shoulders, bounce out your hands, shake out your feet. Let's move into some half sun salutations. This is a gentle flow to warm up our body, adding that good energy. So have your chair close by. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward with a soft bend of your knees, your hands on the chair. Come up with a flat back. and fold. Using the strength of your legs and core, rise back up, tall mountain, and exhale, hands to prayer. Join me in a few more rounds of half sun salutations. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lead with your heart. Take a half lift, soft bend in your knees, and fold. Strong legs, rise up, and exhale, prayer hands. Inhale, reach toward the sky. Exhale, dive it forward, bending your knees. Take a half lift, long spine, and fold. Rise up, strong core, not using your back for this. And hands to prayer. One more half sun A. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive it forward. Take a half lift and fold. Rise up and exhale, hands to heart center, placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Feel free to close your eyes again or soften your gaze, taking 5 breaths, just feeling the energy moving inside of you. We refer to this in yoga as our prana, our life force. Feel your life force under your hands, your heart beating, your breath. Release your arms by your sides, moving into what we call Sun Salutation B series. Inhale, rise up to chair pose. Arms could be by your sides, or if your shoulders are tight, take prayer hands. Spine's nice and long, chest is lifted. Take 3 more breaths in chair pose, Utkatasana. Sometimes the Sanskrit is fun. It's good for our brains. The word asana means pose. Utkatasana means chair pose. Do you feel that in your body like you're sitting toward a chair? And exhale, forward fold, hands onto the chair. Take a half lift and fold. Step your right foot back and rise up for warrior 1. So we've got a little bend in our front knee. Arms could be overhead. You could even take them out by your sides with your thumbs up. Press into your back heel so your foot is flat. Hips are squared toward the wall in front of you, or if you're using a yoga mat, they're squared toward the short edge of your yoga mat. Take 5 breaths in Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1, feeling that nice strong energy of a warrior. And you might feel the back bend here. There's a little back bend in warrior 1. Keep that smile on your face. Keep your face looking up toward the sun. That way you won't see the shadows. Let's move into revolved triangle. Placing your right hand on the chair, straightening your front leg any amount. It's okay if there's a micro bend in your knee. Draw your left hip back and begin to turn to your left. Turning to your left. Feel free to keep your hand on your hip or reach your arm up to the side or up to the sky, choosing which is available to you. Keep lengthening your right side, so avoiding collapsing. Press into the chair, lengthen your right side, taking 4 breaths in Parvrita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. And bringing your left hand back to the chair, step your right foot up, hands on your thighs, rise all the way up. Coming back to your chair pose for Sun Salutation B. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweeping up, sitting back, chair pose. 3 more breaths. And exhale, dive it forward. Take a half lift. And step your left foot back, coming into warrior 1. Hands could stay on hips in warrior 1. You could sweep your arms out to the sides again, or a V shape. Or choose this option perhaps with hands behind your head, opening up your chest, elbows reaching out toward the sides. Feel your low ribs lifting. That front knee bends, knee doesn't go past our toes. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Take 4 more breaths in warrior 1. Strong back leg. Breathe out any excess energy through your mouth. Releasing your head, taking your left hand to the chair, right hand on hip. Begin to straighten your right leg any amount. Turning to your right, finding that length in your low ribs, side body. Hand could stay on your hip or reach up toward the sun or behind you with your thumb face up. Again, finding the availability, the comfort in your body. Always moving mindfully and safely. That's the most important thing. Four more breaths in revolved triangle. And releasing out, bend your front knee and step your back foot up. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, hands to prayer. Place your hands on your body and just feel where you're at. Feel the movement inside the prana, your life force. 3 more breaths. Blink your eyes open. Let's move forward with some more sun salutations. Adding on. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bending knees. Forward fold, long spine. Take a half lift and fold. With your left foot forward, step your right foot back, coming into warrior 2. So now your front heel is lined up with the center of your back arch. Shoulders are over your hips. And check that your back hip is not hiked up. That's a common issue that I see with some of my students in class. So draw your back hip in and draw your navel in. Imagine you're zipping up a zipper. So really feel that core strength. Now when you gaze down past your knee, you can see your big toe. All right, hands can stay on hips always, or bring your hands, arms to shoulder height, thumbs up, really stretching strongly through all 10 fingers. And when you do that, we're working our arms too. So if I came by and tried to push your arms down, there'd be some resistance there. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Let's take a few more breaths in Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Feel free to gaze over your front fingers. And reverse your warrior. Back hand, back leg, top palm reaches up and faces the wall behind you. So we've still got a bend in our front knee. Back leg is still strong. Press into the knife edge of your back foot. Do you remember what this stretch is when we get into our side ribs? Yes, lateral, how we started with today. Take 3 more breaths in this lateral stretch in reverse warrior. Come back to warrior 2 in preparation for half moon. Bring your hand to the chair. Shift your weight into your standing leg. You could also use the top of the chair here. Lifting your back foot, back leg. And imagine your back is against a wall, that your shoulder blades would be touching, your hips would be touching. Your top hand could stay on your hip, or you could reach your arm out to the side or up to the sky again, checking in with your body. Now look at your foot. See if it's flexed. If it's not, flex it even more. Imagine you're pushing that foot into the wall. It's super active, super strong. Take 3 more breaths in half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And lowering your foot, hands on your thighs, rise all the way up. And exhale, prayer hands. Let's have a sip of water. Remember, stay hydrated. Little sips of water all throughout your day. All right, we did one side. We've got the other side. We don't want to be out of balance. So let's take the same series, other side. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, dive all the way forward. Soft bend in your knees. Take a half lift, long spine. Step your foot back. So if you're using your yoga mat, then your hips might be squared toward the long edge of your mat. So let's first check that your shoulders are over your hips. Check that you've got strong core. Draw your belly button in and then lifting through your crown. See if you see your big toe when you gaze down, and press strongly into that back foot so your thigh is really active. So you choose. Hands could stay on hips or bring your arms to shoulder height with your thumbs face up and really stretching through all 10 fingers. Reach equally into your back hand as your front hand. Relax your shoulders, perhaps gazing over your front hand. Take 5 breaths in Warrior Two. Let's reverse our warrior. Keep strong in that back leg. Top arm can stay right there, or maybe reaching it up a little bit more for that lateral stretch in reverse warrior. Feeling the stretch from your hip all the way up through fingertips. Gaze could be up, could be neutral. Just keep lengthening your neck. Let's shift forward for half moon. Placing your hand on the seat, top hand on your top hip. As you lift your top leg, flex your foot. Remember, stamping your foot into the wall. If you've got a wall close by, even do that. Press your foot into the wall. So think about your shoulder blades touching the wall. You could even practice that way as well. And hand can stay on your hip, or reach your arm out to the side with thumb up, or up a little bit more if that's available. Taking 5 breaths in half moon. And bring that foot down. Come back to mountain. And standing with the top of the chair by your side for balancing star. So reaching your leg off the floor, taking your foot off the floor, and reaching your arm out to the side. So strong in your standing leg. Taking 5 breaths. Working on balance, presence, creating confidence when we do it. Empowering you, strengthening you inside and out. And release that leg down, taking dancer. Hand reaches for foot. Roll your top shoulder back and down and take a few breaths, feeling this stretch through your hip flexor. Release your foot and taking the other side. So shifting your weight into your leg that's closest to the chair and bringing your opposite foot off the mat. Perhaps reaching your arm out to the side or up to the sky. Press your standing foot firmly into the earth. Keep drawing your navel in. Strong, strong. Balancing in this star. And bring your foot down for dancer pose. Taking a hold of your foot or using a strap. Your knee is pointed down toward the earth. Roll your shoulder back and down. Take a few breaths. Feeling the stretch in your quadricep, your front thigh, through your hip. Maybe you even can feel it up through your ribs and into your chest and neck. All right, releasing your foot. Step your feet a little wider for goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Sitting down so that your spine is long. Arms could be out by the sides or goal post your arms. 5 breaths. It's a strong pose. Feeling your courage today. Come back up and hula hoop your hips out. Take it the other way. Maybe even making some figure 8s. If I could coordinate myself, I'm not doing very well. I hope you're doing better at your figure 8s than I am, but just releasing your hips. All right, let's make our way onto the chair. We've got a few more postures or poses that we'll do seated, and then I've got a meditation for you that I think you'll enjoy today. First, a sip of water, always. All right, bringing right ankle onto left knee, seated pigeon. It's a figure 4, and this is a nice hip opener. So sitting back, perhaps midway through your chair, lifting your knee and drawing your ankle back to your comfort level. Sit up nice and tall, spine long. Now, if it feels comfortable for you, you could hinge forward a little bit more. Again, keeping your spine long. Maybe you're coming forward a little bit more, resting elbows on your ankle and on your knee, but only if that's comfortable for you. Flex your foot. That will help to protect your kneecap as well. 3 more full breaths. Hands on your ankle and knee, come back up and crossing one leg over the other and twisting the opposite direction. Sitting bones rooted into the seat. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Crown lifts. 4 more breaths. Remember the 6 directions of the spine. We need a twist right and left every day. That lateral stretch right and left. The forward folds and the back bends. And we've checked all of those boxes today. All right, gently release out of the twist and let's switch sides. Bringing your left ankle onto your right knee and flexing your top foot, sit up nice and tall. This might feel like enough of a stretch, and you probably are feeling that into your hip, into your glutes. Now, if that's comfortable and you need a little bit more sensation in this pose, maybe coming forward again with a long spine, chest, collarbones broad. And sitting back up, crossing top leg over and twisting the opposite direction. Maybe your backhand is on the chair seat, or if you've got accessibility to the back of the chair, whatever feels right for you. So just turning your body as a twist. You don't need to turn your head over your shoulder. That's not necessary at all. Only do that if that feels right for you, and do so very slowly. Take 3 more breaths in this twist. And releasing out. Come to the edge of the seat for this heart opener. Your hands on the sides of the chair. Lift your heart, squeezing your shoulder blades together. One last back bend of our practice today. Breathe out the excess energy through your mouth. 3 more. Wonderful. Now I've got a meditation for you. You could sit in the chair, or if it would be more comfortable, you might choose to lie on the floor. This meditation goes really well with lying on the floor or your bed or the sofa. So get comfortable. Take a moment just to lie down or sit down, perhaps moving your body from side to side until you start to feel balanced in your right and left side. Find that your shoulders are level, your hips are level, and that you can let go of all of your muscles, let go of all the effort from the strong practice that you've just done. So take a few moments as you close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath, letting go of any thoughts of how to breathe or how to move. Getting comfortable in your body for this meditation. So take a deep breath in, inhaling to your highest point. And as you exhale, hold for just a moment. And then taking your next breath in, notice how your breath rises all the way up to your collarbones. Perhaps there's another pause that you'd like to explore there. Just moving comfortably at your pace. And noticing the space at the top of your inhale. And noticing the space At the bottom of your exhale, tune in. Maybe you're noticing that your breathing is expanding and there's more time between the top of your inhale and much more space before the bottom of your exhale. Not forcing, not speeding through it, just finding the space. Perhaps even noticing an emptiness between your inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself to let go. Let go of physical effort. Let go of effort in how to breathe. Just finding the smoothness, the spaciousness of your breathing. Imagine yourself floating on water. See yourself on a raft or simply floating on your back in the water. Giving yourself permission to go deeper and deeper and deeper into vastness. As if you were diving into the deep blue water. Every time you exhale, you sink deeper into relaxation, feeling free yet connected. Thoughts become less important. Nothing is important in this moment. Not even yourself. Deep underwater or floating on the water, going deeper, drifting and drifting. All the energy is the same, like eternity. Radiant, spacious energy. Just let go and be a part of it. Be a part of this radiant, spacious, infinite energy. When you exhale, allow yourself to sink even deeper. Feeling your own heartbeat, your own presence. Feeling your skin, feeling your forehead, feeling all the skin of your face and scalp just melting back as you're floating on the water. Feel a smoothness over the bottoms of your feet, your eyes, your lips, your tongue. Any stress leaving your face, leaving your body. And take this next minute in silence as you rest in Shavasana. Feel your breath beginning to expand. Coming back into awareness, coming back into your physical body. Perhaps moving, stretching fingers, toes, arms, legs. And rolling to your favorite side, take a few breaths in fetal pose on your side. And find your way up into a seat, perhaps eyes closed or a gentle gaze. Sweep your arms out to the sides, up to the sky, joining prayer hands to third eye and to your heart. Recall your intention or your prayer. Come back to it now. Come back with awareness of what is important to you in this moment and today. What is important to you? Perhaps feeling more spacious, more strong, more balanced, with clarity. Thank you for joining me in this yoga experience today. May peace, may strength be with you always. Namaste.